Good evening.
Sorry,
Good evening.
good evening. Sorry, dinner was ready by that. We had to eat dinner first.
Yep.
We didn't want to like half-ass the rest of the list, so
Still, I guess backtrack a little. And talk about A tier. Talk about in A tier we have had the Swords of Justice as our legendary musketeers.
here's as some prefer to call them.
I mean, I just think they're cool.
And we were also talking about how each of them is inspired by a specific member of the Three Musketeers.
Yeah. Is
Cobalion, the leader, is inspired by.
Okay. I think it should tell me on their page. Tell me on their. It should be on their page here. Cobalion. Cobalion, I mean the leader, is inspired by Athos. Yeah. Oh, so the old Estin leader. And based on is based on a
goat.
The Markhor.
Markhor goat.
The stag and some other species of antelopes, of such as the greater kudu, or common and Daland.
And Terrakion is based on
I think
Porthos.
Porthos.
The oh my god, is that a shiny Tatsugiri? I'm not complaining.
It was based on Porthos.
Yeah.
It's the heaviest, largest, and strongest member. Traits of a big horn sheep, even an ox charging behavior of bulls.
Well, yeah, Porthos is the big burly one.
And Verizon is based on and Verizon is based on Verizon is based on Aramis.
It's the effeminate one.
Yeah, okay, okay. Aramis, this is the best at swordplay. He was also the most feminine, vain, and romantic. Qualities his Verizon possesses is relative to its comrades. Okay.
What was his name?
Aramis.
Aramis was a twink.
Aramis was a twink.
Aramis was
17th century twink.
17th century twink.
And again, Caldio being based on D'Artagnan.
On the fourth musketeer.
And I think is the main character of the story, or the story. Yeah, I mean the youngest.
It's the newest recruit.
Yeah, based on the youngest and latest and youngest edition. And the tail also resembles his feathered cat app.
Oh, that's cool.
But also is based on the Scottish legend of the Kelpie, which is evidenced by the fact that it appears in the Crown Tundra, which is based on an area based on Scotland.
Oh, that's why this musketeer. That's why the Swords of Justice are there, because they wanted an excuse to put Keldeo in it.
Yeah, I think I used to be really obsessed with this group.
And Keldeo and Cobalion, Terrakion, Verizon, they're all still really cool legendary.
I like how they these three the main three call back to the Swords of told back to the legendary birds, or in terms of gameplay.
And I suppose in terms of lore, or Keldeo being the odd one out that ties them all together, or could be perhaps considered to be calling back to Lugia loosely.
Maybe. Though, yeah, I just think it's a cool group.
Definitely one of my favorite groups of sub legendaries.
He's the fighting quartet.
Yeah. They're just really cool.
Pretty funny that these were in pretty funny that the legendaries is with a French origin,
and didn't appear during Kalos.
That's a little funny.
Oh, so instead they appeared in the region before.
Then we have the Therian forms of the.
Arms of the forces of nature, or the original trio.
Oh, they have actual designs now.
As stated before, or they're based on the four cardinal directions, and so I don't remember exactly which is which.
Yeah.
There's the vermilion bird, Tornadus.
It's the Azor dragon.
Thunderous, and the white tiger, Landorus, and later on the black Tortoise, Enamorous.
That's represented by their gem color.
Yeah.
There's except Enamorous.
Except Enamorous, because I assume they forgot about that design aspect.
Yeah. So either way, these guys actually have designs now.
Oh, and they're really cool designs at that.
Albeit the way you obtain them is really dumb.
It's tied to a spin-off originally.
Which, oh wait, you can't. Oh, if you want them in black and white too, that's too bad. Because you can't add funds anymore.
Yep. At least now the reveal glass is just a normal item you obtain.
It is a very unique way of obtaining them.
And I do like having an item dedicated to changing the forms of these. And I do like how the reveal glass got a redesign in Legends Arceus to incorporate an Amorous design too.
Oh, and so these guys.
Handle.
And so these and else you can get is at like the start of the game, if you wanted to.
So there's some of the only legendaries viable to use on the main playthrough.
Alex actually he did that in his first ever playthrough of White 2.
Granted, the whole thing ended up basically being a Landorus solo run.
Because you were dumb and didn't know how to fucking
didn't know how to balance out key usage.
I just find that hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's a big glow up.
These designs are just so cool.
Yeah. Then we have the.
No, remember we were going to talk about how they the four seasons.
They represent the four seasons.
Ornatus is winter, representing chilly winds. And which is, well, its new signature move. Who has the ability, who can freeze. Thunderous represents summer, or flashes of heat and lightning. Because dry summer storms are actually a relatively common occurrence.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that.
Landorus represents autumn. God of the earth and bountiful harvests. Its signature move, Sand Seer Storm, can burn. Earn. And Enamorous is.
This represents spring.
Represents spring. Its signature move, Springtide Storm, can. I believe it even puts the opponent to. It can put the opponent to sleep. Eat or confused now. I'm not sure which.
Yeah.
Which I don't think it infatuates. Let's check what Springtide Storm does. I mean, come on, that one's literally in the name, spring.
Yeah.
And its dex entry refers to how it migrates during the spring.
It's a 30% chance of lowering attack.
Oh, okay. It's a stat drop instead of a status infliction like the others. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think the forces of nature
are a really cool group.
But I'm glad. Yeah, I think it was used to be Tornadus and Thunderous were just. Is what always. Tornadus and Thunderous would cause problems.
And Landorus would stop them.
Landorus even having its own shrine. I know.
As a protector. And that dynamic, yeah, Tornadus and Thunderous enemies, and also now represent winter and summer.
Oh yeah, they do.
The extreme seasons. Then we have Landorus, the peaceful god of land. and a Nimerus, as the peaceful goddess of spring.
Yeah, I just think they're really cool.
Yeah.
So then we have Qrem. Base form.
Base Qrem.
But I guess to be more broad about Qrem.
In general.
Oh, this is what I as I mentioned.
The best third legendary.
Well, one of the best.
One of the best third legendaries.
It is just I like the build up with it.
Yeah.
And like how
Qrem is super cool and used to be my favorite Pokemon of all time.
Yeah, Black and White. The way Black and White was, it had. There was just someone tell this story, and you could hear in Waku Noza about some monster that lived in a cave. Cave that would eat people.
Well, it turns out the whole eating people thing was likely just a legend, but the monster living in a cave was very real.
So the thing is, if you heard that, you had to go out and like find it.
And if you journey to the giant chasm,
I'm just sent to the center or
the lake in the center,
or it would pass by and free the whole thing.
I was a blizzard.
Which you had then traversed through and could reach the cave that was blocked off.
The cave that was too high to reach before.
Or well, mainly because there was a light edge in front of it.
But with the snow piled high, you can now enter it.
And then you come face to face with Ace with the Qrem, also being the highest level encounter in the game.
I think that's super cool.
I'm at 75. It's your reward for sure again rewarding you. The thing is about Gen 5 got legendaries right.
Like Gen 5 had some of the best legendary storytelling and integration.
And how you don't kind of go out of your way to find these. You kind of just gotta go out of your way to find them.
If you travel off the beaten path a bit, you'll discover something legendary.
And so the thing is, and that's Qrem. I think it's about the battle theme in with the Tau Trio. About how the Tau Trio's battle theme aims out how Qrem's theme is lacks is empty.
Yeah, Qrem's base theme is a simplified version of the other two.
And also how it originally had a much stronger cry.
I beta, but they
I initially, but was then
and turned down. Because canonically, it's the empty shell from when the original Dragon split.
And then there was also shit like that stuff like finding the Godstone in the files. Well, there's just a recolor of the which is of the Dark and Light Stone, a version of the Dark and Light Stones.
I also remember wondering if there was gonna be a gray Pokemon too, and I was so excited to find that there actually was one.
It's just and then like Qrem becoming the start of its own game. It did get at that mascot treatment. But as form of sequels.
With its fusions. The first and best example of that mechanic.
Yeah, Qrem just has this story to it.
And a sort of intrigue before its proper appearance that Necrozma tried and failed to capture.
It's literally just, you just hear it show up, it was seen, you go to this one area, it's in the grass, you catch it, and that's it.
Yep. Wow.
And that's the fact that it's just ham-fisted into the story, into a third an enhanced version of the story. It's just as the game's updated for release. Which is it's just dumb. But yeah, Qrem just
Kyurem is just so cool.
Also, why don't you tell your little story about Kyurem?
Oh yeah, how I encountered it.
Yeah.
So like I heard about I was like looking at Pokemon and the on for Black and White. I like figuring out what Reshiram and Zekrom could do. I don't remember exactly what I was doing, but I was like looking at Reshiram and Zekrom's pages because I wanted to learn more about them on Bulbapedia.
Yeah.
And then I found out that there was a third Pokemon unrelated to them. And I was like, "What's a Kyurem?" Minor dyslexia there. Yeah. And then I looked up how to find it, and it was like, okay, giant cows. And I looked around, and I just sort of kind of stumbled through the area on happened upon the lake, and it was honestly a terrifying experience. But like,
but yeah, that's a memorable one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's.
And then I went into the cave, and it took me like a solid 3 days, maybe even a week to catch Kyurem. And I was so excited to finally catch it.
Yeah.
To the point where I literally named it Buddy.
Buddy.
Well, I didn't nickname it at the time, but I later named it Buddy because I thought it needed a nickname.
You named it Buddy.
And Kyurem was my best friend.
You gave it Cut.
I gave it
Cut. You gave it Cut. You piece of shit, you gave it Cut.
I made Kyurem my cut user.
And you always had it in black. It was always Black Kyurem.
Always Black Kyurem for me because that was my favorite form between the two.
Yeah. So well, yeah, Kyurem just is. It's just so cool.
Pun not intended.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice type.
And then we have well, speaking of third legendaries, that Aries, how we have a Zygarde complete.
This is the combat form of Zygarde. It's gathered all its power to stop great disaster.
Yeah. Or its health gets below half.
Yeah.
If it gets more HP.
So, yeah, this thing is cool.
Oh, I just wish
they did more with it. This design is amazing, and they have so much potential to do way more with it.
Yeah,
didn't.
Yeah, the Aura Trio. Yeah, the only thing that changes is that is in complete form is Zygarde loses 10 points in special attack, and speed in exchange for it now has its HP goes from 108 to 216.
Will it drop special attack?
Yeah.
That's weird. I guess both signature moves are physical. Then?
Actually, no, its special attack goes up.
Yeah.
Raises its special attack.
Back in HP. In exchange for getting slower.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
It's bigger and bulkier.
But yeah, it does. Zygarde has 4 signature moves.
Yeah.
Which are all now level 1 moves.
What do each of them do?
Thousand Arrows is basically Smackdown.
Oh, and it hits flying type, so it's a counter to Yveltal.
Thousand Waves Waves prevents escaping.
So it traps Pokemon and prevents them from switching out.
There's Land's Wrath.
What does Land's Wrath do?
Is it just it deals damage to it's just a reskin of Earthquake.
Oh, it's literally, is it special or anything?
Yeah, it's a physical Earthquake, but 90 power.
It's just worse Earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know why that's a signature move. We should have at least had a secondary effect.
And Core Enforcer, or the special attack, the 100 power special attack, that suppresses ability is.
Mm-hmm.
So like Gastro Acid.
Yeah, it's Gastro Acid, but it's a 100.
Yeah.
It's Gastro Acid, but it's also Special Dragon Earthquake.
Also, the attack looks so cool.
Oh,
It fires a giant laser. If a giant laser, it was designed for complete form.
Definitely.
Or it's just like it goes up, fires a giant laser out of its large, or just out of its chest. Estin carves the Z.
Also, the devastating Drake Z move animation matches perfectly with Zygarde.
As it comes out of those
out of its
sort of things.
out of its tentacle thing.
I'm not sure.
The tentacle mouth thing it has.
I kind of did use this thing in Sun, like post game of Sun.
Because what was gonna stop him?
What was gonna stop me?
He was cyber fixated on Zygarde at the time.
And so even though really I had literally done everything in the game at that point.
You just wanted to style on things with perfect Zygarde.
I just thought it's just so cool. I even got it to level 100.
Yeah.
Mind if I sit over here?
Yeah, it's fine.
Sure. All right.
It's all right. If you stay, this is fine. So yes, I just wish perfect Zygarde got to do shit.
Because like it actually.
And it just tied to a really stupid quest.
Stupid side quest.
Oh.
And tied to the most tedious side quest in all of Pokemon.
Yeah, one of the worst side quest. Possibly the worst side quest in the series.
Which Pokemon are you on?
Zygarde complete.
Which one is that?
The big Mega Power Ranger.
The Megazord one.
The Megazord looking one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wish it was. I just wish it was handled better.
Because the way it's implemented is so underwhelming.
So then we have Koopa confined.
Yeah, Hoopa's a cool one.
I love Hoopa.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, it's a genie. It's an actual genie.
This is a genie Pokemon, not the forces of nature.
Those are not genies. Yeah, this one. And just just its inspiration and shit.
It's just a fun design and its whole association with the post-game quest. Hosting all the legendary catching and Oras.
No, I think that would have also been like a cool reward, or if you caught them.
I do wish this might have been even an S tier if
the reward for catching all of the legendaries
was to catch Hoopa. Which I guess would defeat the point of it being a mythical. But come on, it would have been so cool.
You put in Deoxys already.
Yeah.
You're able to catch Deoxys in game. And also the fact that the Oraz even introduced its new form.
Yeah.
As well with the prison bottle item. Either way, Hoopa's cool.
Mm-hmm. Funny little guy.
Then we have Lunala.
The coolest member of the White Trio.
Oh, the Moon Bat.
The BFB, big fucking bat.
Big fucking bat. I just like its appearance.
I love the whole moon wings thing. It's a fun design element.
Mahina Pia. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's also it's just as a pretty design.
Lunala is awesome.
Also it has it's got the fucking blood moon colors.
Or sort of shiny. As opposed to Solgalio's ketchup and French fries look.
Yep.
Like that one.
And Necrozma's blue.
And the
dark
Ultra
blue
form looks better.
It's straight up, and also if I'm correct, don't the Dawn on and Dusk us turn pink?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. But yeah, either way, yeah, I think Lunala has I just think it's my favorite among the three.
Yeah.
You know, by a landslide. Tapu Koko. Oh,
the coolest of the Guardian
it
deities.
has such a it is quite quite the personality
To it.
uh,
It's a hot-headed war god that picks fights whenever it can.
and yeah.
But you know, it also does save people from falling off of bridges. So, hey, everyone's got to have their redeeming qualities.
Yeah.
Like even Kahuna Hala is supposedly be comfortable enough in Tapu Koko's presence to just poke fun at it. Like, are you here as a protector, or are you here to pick a fight?
Just that fucking cutscene
during the fucking alien invasion.
Just the fucking cutscene in there.
That's iconic.
But yeah, I just think it's the coolest among the four.
Or the chicken deity.
They really should have not. They really should have. They really should have. God, this. I really wish this shit it wasn't revealed. All of the deities were revealed pre-release.
It's like again, Generation 7 was the generation where they revealed too much in pre-release.
Yeah, but
yeah. Generation 9 was the generation they revealed too little.
But anyways, yeah, that's the last in A tier. Here now for S tier.
Here, the best of the best.
Yeah, some of my personal favorites.
Starting with all of the Galarian forms of the legendary birds.
It's the now psychic, dark, and flying, dark and fighting trio.
In order, psychic, fighting, dark.
A competitive, defiant, and berserk.
Actually, all stat boosting abilities.
They're so cool. Well, and are actually like the original forms.
You know, those imply that they're the original form.
Or is it the Dex entries say that that's where they got their names from?
How they were named, or potentially they're either are entirely separate species with
yeah.
that just happen to be given the same common names because of aspects of them, which I think is what they're trying to imply.
Yeah.
Might have been a prelude to the convergent species and he's a Scarlet and Violet. Better, yeah.
Yeah, Crown Tundra did kind of feel like a. In hindsight, Crown Tundra did feel.
Okay.
In hindsight, Crown Tundra did kind of feel like they were testing stuff for
Scarlet and Violet. So I'm pretty confident saying now that the legendary herds that the legendary the Galarian forms of the legendary birds are separate species.
It is that they just didn't know how to. They just didn't know how to. Yeah.
It just they probably could have implemented them as separate species, but.
Because at the end you can still find the common birds as well.
Which is sort of reminiscent of how in Scarlet and Violet you can find both Doug Trio and Lug Trio.
Yeah. No, you can't find Tentacool. Though Tentacle's not in the game.
Maybe Tentacool will be added in DLC.
Though, yeah, yeah. You can find Gyarados though.
So
yeah, but yeah, I think these, and also the whole thing about the 3 different quests and stories.
Yeah, again, Crown Tundra really felt like a bit of a test for Scarlet.
Just the open area, minus the map, minus the mini map.
No mini map. Crown Tundra's biggest fault.
You get lost easily, but yeah. These 3 are just so cool.
Well, I love the Galarian birds. They have so much personality. We have the super villain in Articuno. With a massive ego. One potentially inspired and designed by Will of the Elite Four.
Yeah. Will of the Indigo League.
Ice Articuno and then Psychic Articuno. So yeah,
Zapdos is I think it's all Zapdos being the it's Roadrunner.
It's a Roadrunner now.
How
it lost its ability to fly. It runs across the land at high speeds now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and I just love Galarian Zapdos. Probably like my favorite regional variant ever.
and then Galarian Moltres is just edgy.
It's edgy and likes to cause problems on purpose.
Yeah. And the thing is, and I think these are like the best handling of roaming legendaries.
Aries 2, since they appear in the overworld, you have to physically track them down.
And not use the world's most unreliable GPS.
Yeah.
As to track them.
So
I wonder if we do get a Legends Johto, they'd handle the beasts like that.
I hope that's how they handle them. That'd be cool. So for
yeah.
Like for Articuno, when you enter its territory, it actually ambushes you.
And Zapdos is just
Zapdos runs away from you.
And Moltres, you have
Moltres migrates and ignores the player until you stand in its path, in which case it charges at you.
Yeah.
And I just think it's cool how different different patterns are, even if Moltres is a pain.
And how they're each like in both, and they're all three of them are in a different area of the map.
Yeah, because there were 3 areas to put them in.
And
Articuno at home in the Crown Tundra, first one on the area you're already in.
Mm-hmm.
And Zapdos back in the main game, and oh shit, Moltres, hardest one to get in the other DLC area.
Also, yeah,
it's kind of a natural progression of the order you're likely to find them in too.
Oh, yeah, they're just so cool.
Well, and I just adore them.
And so then we have should we all right, and then next up this time on the list.
Hist. Do you want to say this one for last?
Save this one for last.
Say this group.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna skip a bit. I mean, it might be obvious which ones we're saying for last, but anyways, we're talking about Ho-Oh now.
Ho-Oh, the one. Oh, I think one of the one of the first Gen 2 Pokemon.
On ever or conceived.
Even there was like the first reveal.
Revealed as part of the anime.
No. Even before that.
Even before that.
July '96.
Cool. This is from the sequel.
Yeah, when they formally announced
Pokemon 2.
Yeah.
It's very amusing to think that we almost got a game called Pokemon 2.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it was one of the first revealed.
Ho-Oh is just like one of the most iconic legendary Pokemon.
And also, yeah, Oh yeah, it was meant to appear in the anime. It appeared in the anime as a teaser.
I'd argue Ho-Oh is the face of the Johto region as a whole.
Yeah. And given how it's designed around it, it was designed with it in mind.
Right. They even thought it was important enough to Johto that they had both legendaries catchable in both versions. It's just, it was like so heavily integrated into the lore. It'd be weird if you couldn't catch it in one version. It's based on a phoenix. X, of course. And funnily enough, in its story, instead of it coming back from the dead, it brings back other Pokemon from the dead. On the legendary beasts.
It is yeah. And how just like the whole try to figure and how it shows up a bit quite a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's quite present
throughout the whole series.
Is in a lot of places.
It's just cool.
Though it being the rainbow Pokemon is a bit. It not really having representing the rainbow.
I do hope when we revisit Johto in the next couple of years, they give Ho-Oh and Lugia new forms and give Ho-Oh actual rainbow colors. Because rainbow Pokemon is a bit of a weird title for a Pokemon that is never really seen with rainbow colors.
Ho-Oh is just insanely cool. I don't know what else to really say about it. It is the face of the Gen 2 mascot.
And also in S tier, move on to a Gen 3 legend.
Mega Rayquaza.
Mega Rayquaza.
You know, as horrid.
Ignoring its impact on the meta.
Just its mere existence.
As being a conundrum. This is such a cool design.
It's got these flowing.
They, instead of the glowing lights on Kyogre and Groudon, those patterns actually come off as ribbons.
Since Rayquaza didn't have that kind of didn't need that kind of didn't have that ancient and power.
Rayquaza's power didn't wear over the years. Instead, it just had. Instead, Rayquaza. I keep saying Necrozma. Rayquaza actually gained power over time.
I'm
when interrupted the meteorite. That brought I presumably bringing infinity energy.
Well, yeah.
I wonder if that has ties to, or if that meteorite is what caused the crater.
I don't know. I don't know. Either way, yeah, the meteor. Well, I think it was also just I don't think its lore is tied to to the meteor.
But I do remember it swallowed a meteorite.
That's in the present.
No, when did it swallow the meteorite though? Because that's how it gained the ability to Mega Evolve.
Weather Trio.
Can Mega Evolve inherently because it ate a meteorite that long ago.
Yeah. Rayquaza. Rayquaza intervened. Yeah. 1,000 years later, meteor hit the Earth, creating what would become Pseudopolis.
Oh, okay.
This impact caused cracks, unleashed natural energy, causing Kyogre and Groudon to battle each other. Urshima without a collective memory of how Rayquaza saved the rate. Ace in the power of the meteorite, I allowed Rayquaza to Mega Evolve. Yeah, you got it all. You remembered it all wrong.
Well, sort of. Like it absorbed the power of the meteor.
Yeah, the meteor is just what the meteor was just what made Pseudopolis.
It made Groudon on Kyogre go wild.
Since that's where yeah. Since Pseudopolis is where they reside. The Cave of Origin
they went
is.
on a rampage after being overflowed with energy.
Yeah, Rayquaza was the first Earth Pokemon to Mega Evolve.
Because Rayquaza is actually able to control this power and ascend to a higher form.
Which is why it doesn't have a primal form.
It doesn't revert to to primal instincts and destruction. Instead, it heightens its abilities. It becomes a force of good.
Yeah.
But I think that's really cool.
It is yeah. And speaking of third legendaries, I'd say we also got another good one. I think I'd say the best one. On Giratina.
Hoo boy, Giratina.
It's just its whole lore Arceus, the unwanted child of Arceus.
It's grew to resent its creator, but later had a change of heart, and decided to become a protector of the region on its own merits. It's after the events of Pokemon Legends Arceus.
And is the result, and I think is, and is the reason that why I know matter what the timeline, where the player exists or not,
Cyrus always fails.
Cyrus always fails because Giratina's always there.
And will stop him.
Oops.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess that's the player's fate didn't matter.
Matter for Cyrus's case.
Ace, he would have failed anyways.
Yep. Well, doesn't he succeed in Ultra though?
Well, he captured the legendary. Yeah. Then he was slowly consumed by. Then Giratina showed up.
Oh yeah.
He was about to succeed. At least he thought he would. Yeah. But yeah, Giratina just has that, and also has its own another. Yeah. That you have to fight it in its home.
I mentioned in its original form.
And arm, and now, yeah. You know what actually is really weird that only Giratina had an origin form.
Yeah, no, they actually gave it to.
Yeah, and with its own item. With the adamant and lustrous orb just boosted Dialga and Palkia's power. A stab.
So now they actually have their own forms.
Arms is just arms.
Yeah, it was super weird that they'd have those to begin with.
Yeah, Giratina is it's just so cool.
Its whole lore and integration and character.
Yeah.
It's one of the rare few legendary Pokemon that actually have a character of their own.
Yeah.
Which I think makes it makes Giratina even cooler and more memorable.
Yeah, and then we have next up we have Darkrai. I know what an edgy boy I am.
Putting Darkrai in S tier.
Darkrai and S tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Pokemon that causes nightmares.
The Pokemon that causes eternal nightmares, though.
Depending
on
an actual nightmare.
All right, so depending on the.
Though I think it's mainly that it's never.
It can be. You inferred that
Darkrai.
The Darkrai doesn't really intend to cause nightmares. It's just a side effect of being near it. I have this. Damn, it just adds more to the edge. You know,
it
has this unwanted power that drives others away and makes it a danger to those around it.
It accidentally killed someone.
Ended up killing a family.
Yeah, not the family.
Ended up killing a little girl.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, yeah. Though I do kind of... My problem, I wish Darkrai wasn't considered a mythical.
Well, because it should be... Because it's weird that Cresselia is a legendary Pokemon, and Darkrai is... Or for special events.
And, you know, it's the lunar duo. They are a duo.
So you know, it would serve the reason that they got equal treatment.
Yeah, and the thing is, in the file internally, Darkrai has roaming data.
Yeah, so it was changed to mythical at the last moment for
I think reasons. Movie tie-in or something.
Yeah, for movie tie-in event. And so screw you, movie. You made this duo awkward.
Yeah. Darkrai is just cool.
Yeah. It's hard to find someone who dislikes Darkrai for good reason. It's just a really well-designed Pokemon.
Also its legs.
Funny legs.
Eggs. Eggs. Yeah, funny legs.
Legmon.
Then we have the Victini.
Victini is so cute.
I know. I love Victini.
Yeah. Then we have Victini. Yeah, it's just those little ass wings. I used to call them that.
I was like, look at its little ass wings.
Its little ass wings.
They're adorable.
Yeah, it's like how how it resides on it. It was the last mythical to actually have something, have an actual story to it.
And it was a cool one too. It
was
a side thing with Team Plasma.
Hopefully you were doing this during the main game.
Or else it doesn't really make much sense, but I digress.
Yeah, you fight Team Plasma, invade its Liberty Garden.
In an attempt to obtain Victini, you're likely to guarantee either plan's success because it can grant victory.
Yeah, you put a stop to it, and then Victini just has this little room, this little bedroom, in the lighthouse, with this lighthouse.
Also, it's apparently lived in for
Centuries.
centuries.
Isn't how you and how I think you said that you make it and how you can I like how you can it's number 0 on the decks.
It's because its existence wasn't even was highly debated for a long time.
And I mean, also it's about how you get you shape its you decide you can decide its destiny now. And also how it's a scripted it's a cat. Yeah, it's one of those ones that just respawns after you take it out.
Oh, so you are supposed to, or meant to catch Victini.
Yeah, you can't finish the event otherwise
without catching it. It might have a higher catch rate than normal legendaries.
No, I don't think it does.
Doesn't? Yeah. So good luck, because if you're doing this as soon as you can access it, you got the best you have to catch it in is Great Balls. You don't have access to Ultra Balls or anything special like Dust Balls.
Though it is definitely though it is definitely worth Earth getting. I mean,
you can use this on your team.
No, yeah, there is a way to actually access the Liberty Pass nowadays.
Through DNS.
Through the DNS exploit. So if you want to start a new file,
I'll definitely do this event because it is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, Victini can learn like nearly all of the Tau Trio's signature moves.
Except Glaciate.
Except for Freeze Shock and Ice Burn.
Aside from Freeze Shock and Ice Burn, it can learn Fusion Flare, Air Fusion, Bolt Strike, like Blue Flare and Glaciate. Hey, from different if you obtain from different various events.
It also has a Searing Shot. Also has Searing Shot. And V-Create.
V-Create as its signature moves.
Though funny thing is, V-Create was also like only an event move. Until Gen 8.
Yeah, you transfer Victini can and inherit shot now.
And V-Create.
It can inherently learn V-Create now.
Yeah, I think it's like close combat.
It's a fire type close combat.
Yeah. But then, yeah, Victini was the last all-rounded.
Last super balanced mythical.
It's tiny mythical.
Last all-round tiny mythical.
I think that's cool. So next up we have Reshiram and Zekrom.
The duo. And the mascots of Pokemon Black and White.
Yep, we talking about. Yeah, so how they I like how they reflect duality very well.
It's just such a cool.
And how like they're inverted from the usual, from their origin, and how think how right.
What?
Like how I think Yin is Reshiram.
I don't remember.
Yeah, based on Yin Yang and Wuji. Yeah. Reshiram is Yang. Represents Yang. Ang control. And it's actually an invert. And actually, N controls. And embodies it is stunt. It is fire. And is the feminine one. And Zekrom is the yin in that controls thunder, or it is the masculine one. Yep, we're talking about Reshiram.
I love.
No, we aren't doing that. Yeah.
At least not right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Anyways, yeah. Reshiram and Zekrom they're just so cool. And are perfectly integrated into the story.
it's hard to ask for better mascot legends.
And yeah. Then we have a Black Hurem.
Be cool or Gurem.
The core Hurem.
The fusion of Kyurem and Zekrom.
Yeah, it does the colors match better.
Yeah, it's just the way the colors are designed looks a lot better. Or the whole black and yellow highlights.
It's
on it.
It's on it. Yeah. Yeah. And then we have Genesect. This Genesect is really cool.
Our first bug type legendary. Yeah, and it's also just really good. Bug Steel, isn't it only weak to fire?
Yep.
Bug Steel is weak only to fire. It's a quad weakness, but it's the only weakness the typing has. That's because Bug cancels out Steel's other weaknesses.
And just Genesect lore or how being an ancient and fossil.
Also revived and modified by Team Plasma.
When it was initially made, when initially you start working on it, but when initially working on it, it was, however, the project was shut.
It was shut down by N, who thought
that Pokemon were perfect beings.
Beings that did not need to be modified.
He basically called the thing an abomination.
And the project was supposed to end there, but the scientist left Team Plasma to continue on his own merits.
Clearly I think produced a lot of, and I think just made a whole army of them. It made a lot of them. At least in other media.
Most media, there are a lot of.
There's like whole armies of them. Just the whole thing on it changing can change its
the type of its signature move, Technoblast. Has to match the drive it's holding.
Yeah, I mean water, fire, electric, or ice. Ice.
I don't know what the deal with the water one is.
Yeah. That's a bit, I understand, yeah, fire, electric, and ice. Ice being the primary elements.
And matching the mascot legends of Gen and 5.
I have no idea. I don't know about the Douse drive.
I mean, just the weird one. Obviously, it matches the 4th mascot legendary, Keldeo.
But yeah, Genesect is just cool. Genesect is. I just think Genesect is just.
I just think it's neat.
Genesect, yeah. And I think Gen 5 I was equivalent. I think equivalent to Mewtwo.
Yeah, basically, Generation 5 is equivalent to Mewtwo.
Man-made monstrosity. That was made. It was made with. That has an association with.
With the antagonists of the. Next.
Yveltal. Yveltal. Deathbird.
Yep.
Just fucking Deathbird.
Erd. It is the Pokemon world's god of death.
Mm-hmm. And how like it just looks so much cooler than Xerneas.
It's not that Xerneas doesn't look cool, but you're comparing a fairy deer to the god of death, Effenbert in avian form.
Mm-hmm. And how it's shaped like a Y.
And Xerneas' silhouette from an angle is supposed to look like an X.
Actually, it is just so cool. Like how when it and how like it and how like it can retreat it's into a cocoon.
It absorbs the life force of all around it at the end of its lifespan.
And yeah.
And to be reborn. So it's also partially a phoenix.
Then we have a Zygarde 10%.
don't want to fight Nimona.
Oh no.
Ah.
We got Zygarde or Zygarde 10%. It's a dog.
Doggy.
Zygarde, but a dog, but dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like it even has like a leash.
It even has this leash/scarf on it.
On it. It's a dog. Dog.
And they also gave it a glowing butthole.
Yeah. Zygarde 10% has a glowing in hexagonal butthole. Ew. Nasty.
Why does it have a butthole?
Mm-hmm. Why does it have a butthole? Well, either way, yeah, it's just the transformation and for Zygarde. Just a funny just really, some lizard to dog.
No, snake.
Snake to dog.
To dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I just really love this design.
And it's so cool and adorable too.
Oh, yeah, it's the sweeper Zygarde. Or yeah, and well, now we have my my absolute favorites.
It's starting with Mew.
The fact
MEU.
Mew has a
Ew.
ew. So Mew,
Ew.
so Mew has also has a really cool design development history as well. I think based on based on like a fighter jet, it's the Phantom jet, a stealth like a stealth jet.
Stop fighting my attack.
Like a bunch of arcade rumors. Like a bunch of arcade rumors.
What attack are you using?
Fight.
Oh.
Like a bunch of arcade rumors Tajiri heard about.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like did you smoke screen or something or what? Double team?
I don't know.
Probably had a poison move or something.
Might have lowered your accuracy or raised its own.
Yeah. So Mew was actually based on some old arcade rumors that Tajiri heard.
Yeah.
And that's where he got the idea of including that's where he got the idea of it. However, it was never actually. It was only meant to exist for lore reason. It's just for lore reasons. It only existed in lore.
It was never intended to be implemented.
It are actually seen, which is actually kind of the function the original dragon had, as in black and white. Something that just exists for lore reasons, and it was never meant to be pictured or to seen. The main credit for Mew's design and stuff goes to Shigeki Morimoto, who put it in as a bit of an inside joke. Since they didn't have since they still had a few bytes of space left. Often Mew's design had to be simple or to fit the limitation. And
that's where we got the weird crouching fetus cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is Mirror Code a good move?
It's a the special version of counter.
So if you're hit with a special move, it does double the damage you receive back. But if the opponent uses a physical move, it does nothing.
Kirigiri wants to learn it.
I mean, if you have a move you don't mind getting rid of, you could get it.
Yeah.
And somebody wants to learn Psycho Cut.
Oh, Shizzle.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. What moves?
Night Slash, False Swipe, Swords Dance, Sacred Sword. I know False Swipe I'm keeping.
Yeah.
Night Slash. You're a Night Slash.
Yeah.
Slash. You should be getting a better or dark move on Pursley soon.
Yeah. Okay, so Mew's Mew's design. Mew was said to be the ancestor of all Pokemon.
So it has this cool lore to it. When in reality, with Arceus being the whole deity creator, it seems more likely that it's just that Mew is an anomaly that that happens to have an ever-changing DNA sequence that steals from every other Pokemon.
Either that, or every Pokemon starts as one. Since Mew looks like a fetus, it's supposed to be like an embryo.
It's like made of stem cells, basically.
Yeah.
You can become anything.
And
is just a fetal Pokemon. Quite literally.
Yeah, it's really weird when you. It's really weird.
Mew's lore is an enigma. And there are many different explanations for it.
And also the fact that it did get its own event in Gen 3 on a faraway island.
And where you can go to what's meant to be the same island that the researchers went to.
And the old sea map even has, there's even like old text about their findings.
You can go there and catch Mew.
However, this event was only released in Japan.
Yep, even though it was coded into the English version of the
game. And also for a very limited time.
English players of that generation would have to wait for it until Generation 4, when My Pokemon Ranch had a Mew. That you could get by filling up over 3,000?
999.
By putting 999 Pokemon into the app.
What the fuck? No. To be fair, Mew is one of the most distributed Pokemon.
But that was the only way for English users to get it in a modern Pokemon game at that point.
And that was the whole reason.
Because they didn't get the faraway
the old C map.
They didn't get the old C map distribution, which is stupid.
But yeah, but either way, I just think Mew is it's just really cool. Also, it's a $50 bill.
Let's go Pikachu and let's go Eevee.
Yeah. Also, it's one per ball.
Yay.
Oh, again. And you want another? You better go buy another Pokeball. Ain't that fun?
Yay.
Or how in BDSP it's just straight up handed to you.
Yep.
If you have save data from Let's Go. Same goes for Jirachi with Sword and Shield. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You can learn every move, every TM. I'm in tutor. It can do anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can do anything.
Yeah. And also it just has this playful personality.
In basically every form of media.
Like how Faraway Island, you gotta basically just go
play tag with
play hide and seek with it.
Seek with Mew. In Pokemon Snap, it's messing around, trying to.
How you take, yeah.
And you have to solve it, all its riddle, basically, to get a chance to take a picture of it.
Or how just how it acts. That's just mainly how it acts in the anime too. Though the anime is what the first movie is also what brought Mew's personality to life. In a way, yeah, Mew is just Mew is design all Mew's design his development comes from various places.
Mew as a whole, honestly, he did a lot for just making Pokemon what it is today.
Oh right, that's what increased. Oh right, the games weren't doing that well. Until word got out about Mew.
Because of the glitch,
and that's what boosted its sales.
It was a ton.
And yeah, Mew was responsible for it's
for Pokemon ever taking off.
Oh yeah, that's. And yeah, you have it to thank for that. The horrors. Well, what did Mew spawn?
Mewtwo.
And this absolute horror, this absolute eldritch horror, made from horrific gene splicing, is the Dex puts it.
And the example of what happens when you try to play God.
And also the fact that it's and due to the amount of due to its splicing, and it's also described as being as having a really savage heart. And I think, or is what I think it said it is.
And whether you want to interpret that as Mewtwo having been through horrid shit and hating everyone because of it, or just inherently having some kind of hormonal imbalance that causes it to like act out and be super hyper aggressive. Well, that's pretty much up to interpretation because it's never really clear.
The point is, yeah, Mewtwo is a result of the horrid experiments. And some Pokemon Mansion.
And implied to have killed most
and it wiped out, I think it killed most of the people that worked on it.
On the project, some of the only surviving members being in Mr. Fuji and Blade.
And also possibly having fun, and Mewtwo was possibly fun, at least in other media.
Mewtwo is said to have been funded by Team Rocket.
The project was funded by Team Rocket.
Whether that's true in the game universe or not remains to be seen, but
because they don't
applied and lets it go based on the fact that Team Rocket knows about Mewtwo's origins.
They do. They do.
Well, yeah, that's what they wanted to ask Mr. Fuji about.
Oh, right. Well, I don't think that was. That could be the implication as to why they even bothered to go after Fuji.
Because they knew he worked on the Mewtwo project.
And might give them a lead. And also, I think Ultra is a better.
Giovanni has Mewtwo.
Has Mewtwo. Oh yeah, I could really. And mainly why they probably wanted the Master Ball.
Oh, to catch it.
Or to contain it, yeah. Though some might like to interpret this as. This is you being the actual bad guy,
which is goofy.
I like how because you were stopping in Team Rocket from just trying to keep Mewtwo contained, and did some shit like that.
Doesn't explain the killing humans though.
Oh yeah, yeah. It does not justify that at all. Oh, yeah, Mewtwo. Yeah. However, yeah, it is. Yeah, Mewtwo is said to be. Yeah. And I think Mewtwo was basically the game's final boss. Kanto's true final boss.
Also, Pokemon with an insanely low catch rate that can.
It found at the end of a long dungeon.
Can heal itself.
Oh, and something you've heard about throughout the game, in the main game.
And you have to constantly elaborate on it can heal itself, so you have to constantly be fighting back to keep its HP down.
Or
just use your Master Ball.
Use that Master Ball you got out of the main game.
And not like there's anything better to use it on in Gen
1. Mewtwo is the. Yeah, and also it's the highest level encounter in the game.
Yep.
Level 70. Yeah, Cerulean being an absolute gauntlet, being an absolute maze. Isn't how Mewtwo even got its own battle theme in Stadium, which I really wish would be used. Wish could actually be like used in the main series.
Yeah, because it's a really cool track.
Yeah, Mewtwo got its own battle thing. But no, instead it has to share a track with the legendary birds.
Which is lame.
And the birds did get their own track back in Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Mewtwo is just. Also, it's treated as the final boss in many other spin-offs at the time. I think like Pinball, Puzzle League, Stadium, and help fucking Guardian signs.
Yeah.
And also as part Mewtwo is part of Pokemon and story area as well, and it kind of serves as that final boss. us in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just and the and holding the Mewtwo holding that type. I mean that title of the highest BST in Gen 1. And you know, Psychic being an absolutely disgusting type.
Like, oh my god.
Like this thing, I think that I think there are a lot of Mewtwo. The only thing to counter Mewtwo is another Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Because this thing also can learn an insane amount of moves.
It's not the same variety of Mew, but it has more than enough to get the job done.
Yeah, it's an absolute monster. We created our goal was to create the most powerful Pokemon, and now we have succeeded. And then, well, what happens when you have even further?
Well, Mega Mewtwo X being at the bottom of the list was not attested to its power, but rather how it's antithetical to Mewtwo's whole character.
And it's just fucking Mewtwo on steroids.
It goes full Brawn mode, which isn't really what Mewtwo's about. And even Sakurai agrees that Mega Mewtwo Y is a more fitting final form.
Fitting, yeah.
Or having it made itself physically frail, or for the sake of boosting its psychic powers to the extreme.
Yeah, Mewtwo Y just looks. And what was the teaser for Mega Evolution?
And as a whole, and really the most iconic Mega.
Man, I wish we kind of had reveals like that.
I know the way that
X and Y actually had some pretty revealed something first, and then asked,
elaborated on it later.
and then let people.
They did that with some of the Paradox forms, which they didn't even announce the actual concept.
They just kind of announced Great Tusk and Iron Shred as literally just like a week or two before
Or launch.
Yeah. They didn't really elaborate on what they were. Or that could have been. No, instead let's spend several days hyping up Grafaiai. Or fucking Bellybolt.
Because Grafaiai and Bellybolt are definitely significant enough Pokemon to warrant that much attention in pre-release.
Or this kind of build up for Greavard.
This mini game takes forever.
Oh, it's Simon Says.
Don't spam the button when you get the prompt. You only have to press it once.
It's Simon Says.
It takes way longer if you spam the prompt.
Yeah. So what?
I thought you had to press it multiple times.
Nope.
Oh, that took so much time.
Yeah, it was probably going a lot slower because you were probably pressing it a ton
Yeah,
during
because
each
I
prompt.
thought that's what I was supposed
No,
to do.
you only have to do it once.
Yeah.
You pause the timer and drag it out if you do it multiple times.
Why does this girl talk like...
I don't know, she's the battle studies teacher.
I'm going to beat you to death.
Yay!
Anyways, Mewtwo. I think I kind of wish we had they actually did this kind of thing with reveals more. Mm-hmm. They tried to do that. They tried to do that with Legends with Hisui and Zorua, the Hisui and Zorua line, but utterly failed because, but kind of failed because people figured it out like immediately.
Yeah.
You do I think like the was it? You were able to decipher it.
Like the time was Zorua's Dex entry, his national Dex number.
Was there also something like the source file, like the metadata of it?
Yeah.
The video's metadata.
What did it do?
I think also had the number there.
Had that number there. So.
Yeah, the times. It was and then they just like a day or two later they revealed.
And the whole silhouette thing. We got a silhouette of it. That matched up with Zorua.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that was a pretty obvious reveal. Meanwhile, Mega Evolution, Sylvia,
the whole fairy type and
the whole fairy type and Mega Evolution reveal was like more mysterious because we didn't really know exactly what they were doing. Like using Sylveon to tease a new type was genius.
Yeah, it was genius. That's so that's all of the lists, but oh yeah, I guess a bit of a bonus one.
Yeah?
I forgot to talk about this yesterday.
The Diamond and Pearl beta.
I completely forgot about this yesterday.
We were talking about beta Pokemon, and
I don't know. I think it was just we spent like nearly 2 hours already, and I kind of I literally did kind of forget.
so bonus time.
Bonus time. We've already been here for like not even a little over an hour.
Or in the second part, so.
All right, let's got some time to kill.
L.
Oh, this won't be very long. It's just a little bonus. So back in 2020, we had the Giga Elite.
Eek for a bunch of Nintendo insider Nintendo files, and we got the source code
for a bunch of for like Gens 1, 2, 3, and for the first four generations.
Four generations of Pokemon.
On Gen 4, Gen 3 didn't really have any design. Just a bunch of dex entries and stuff. Of Gen 2, who had a shit ton of stuff.
But yeah, there was a bunch of stuff left in the source code. The generation.
And
four.
Gen 4 had this was from the build just 3 months before
release.
From June 2006. The games came out in September.
Yeah, Pokemon's always been rushed,
as we mentioned. So let's get this. Let's just get.
It's D tier, worse than the final design.
I know. We have Prinplup, very much a.
This seems like a very obvious placeholder.
Or it's
literally just being a stunted Empoleon design.
I know. And Hippopotas is
just so plain. It's just a beige, cartoony hippo thing with no real defining traits.
It's Probopass and Carnivine are.
Oh, those are very early designs. Like a lot of the features are down there, like flat colors with no shading.
These are very much placeholders.
Whereas Vespiquen is really weird looking.
And I don't know. I don't really like it. Shaman is also was kind of a
It's like very rounded looking. And again, very obvious placeholder.
And Grottle
just looks weird with the way the trees are put on. Again, a lot of the ones in D tier feel like very obvious placeholder designs.
And C tier, we got Rotom. It's just a little spark. Arc.
C tier is about equal to or
it's okay. They're just
or just okay.
Yeah, Rotom is just a little spark. Arc ball. Snover and Abomasnow look kind of look straight out of Gen 3.
Yeah. We lending to the idea that a lot of the out of Generation 4 Pokemon were scrap Gen 3 mods.
I don't know. It's just this weird transitional period.
Torterra looks kind of more like an Ankylosaur, but it's a very weird looking Pokemon.
Dark.
I could see why they didn't want to go with that for a starter design.
Darkrai is a bit rough. But I think it's the logo of the movie. It still kind of has that silhouette.
So that's funny. B tier, good.
Okay, Alex. Okay, Regigigas. It's very much just a rough skit of.
And it's hilarious looking.
Just the proportions and shit.
They're extremely amusing.
Comby's design was actually something we've had public.
And I think Comby's design in here is actually better than the final stage.
Yeah.
Because now it's a bee larvae. And honeycombs.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot more sense.
Togekiss looks
it looks more like it's plain.
And a little more menacing.
A little more menacing looking. On the final design.
I like it.
So I think this was tiered a little differently. Like C and D were worse than final design.
Yeah.
But not awful. B is about equal to final design. And the rest above is better than final design.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Better to or just really good in their own right.
Yeah, better or just really good.
But it should have been used for something else.
So we also have Bronzong. It's roughly the same.
Yeah.
And just.
Sorry.
It's rough. Its green color was used for its shiny.
Yeah.
As most beta colors are.
Mm-hmm.
or like with a Jumpluff, for example.
Heatran is.
What the? I
It
mean,
looks pretty much the same.
it's
To
got
me.
these these
It's got a
four.
bit of a difference on the head and like.
Yeah, it
It's
also
not
does.
significant.
Oh, it does, but yeah, it does also look like a Gen 3 design too.
Yon Mega
Uh,
looked a bit different
and
and being a little less mechanical looking and more draconic.
yeah, yeah. This thing has like so many inspirations, as I've said.
Giratina's as beta design.
Chimeron,
Chimeron was entirely different
and then
and to lean more into the fallen angel aspect of it.
and I think and also its design and is okay. Its sprite is very
Rough.
and also no it
Good.
yeah it also looks like it. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It also looks like it also looks like Landorus T. Yeah.
Yeah, its design was very much looks like it was revisited for Landorus Therian.
Almost
Okay.
almost it looks almost the same this whole same pose as in figure. But yeah, I just think it's so unique and different.
And it could have been a legendary in its own right, which it really was.
Because yeah,
Just because of how much that design was used.
yeah.
Yeah?
You think your mom and her boyfriend would like some more of that pasta?
I don't think she'd mind.
Okay, she likes spaghetti and stuff?
Yeah.
It's got
Oh my God.
onions, mushrooms, black olive.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You probably
Okay.
Okay.
We're still doing a video.
Alright, I'm gonna put 2 bowls of it.
Okay.
Oh my. Oh my.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Hippowdon,
Yeah, A tier is
great design.
and could stand on their own.
Perhaps as a variant, a regional. Versus a variant or maybe a convergent species.
Yeah,
even
yeah.
And for one of these, for this one particular line in this tier.
God, I'd really want them to go further with this idea,
Yeah.
or the convergent idea. So, we have a Hippowdon.
Yeah.
And it just looks so different. And it just looks very different and from the other
Or is it
different from
looks-
Hippowdon from the
I
final
think the
design.
simplistic, shiny-looking design makes it. It really makes it feel like, you're like one of those, like it's made of plastic. It feels like a toy at a playground,
Yeah,
which I think is an interesting design direction for the line,
with the orange and blue colors.
which I think is a really cool contrast.
Us.
And A tier, and also an A tier here, your Beta Gibble line.
I know. These guys are really cool.
They're red and sort of Gibble. Garchomp silhouette looks very similar, or to the final, but the other two are quite different. And then the line started out quadrupedal, but I guess they made them stand up to make them like more congruent with Garchomp.
Oh, I feel like
I feel like with some tweaks to the first two stages, these could work really well as.
Oh no!
These could
Oh
work
no!
really
Oh
well.
no! Oh no! Oh no! Hold
I
on.
feel like with some tweaks to the first two stages, these could work really well as a variant for the Garchomp line, or even a convergent species. He's like Wugtrio and Toedscool.
The tufted out so you don't feel sad line always gets me.
Yeah, what were you saying? How it could work as a convergent species?
Yeah.
I bet I beat Tulip.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah, yep,
Good job, Brooklyn.
yep. So yeah, it could really work as a convergent mon. Enough tweaks about.
With a few tweaks to the first, mainly to the first two stages, making them bipedal.
And maybe you could make him like a
Water type, perhaps,
maybe
or
one
they could be normal type.
normal.
I think having them be a normal line
Like yeah.
Perhaps normal dragon.
Yeah, they seem to be they seem to be using that more often now.
And if they normal dragon for variant, pure normal or normal fighting for convergent.
Yeah. And then we have S tier. Then we have S tier. Then we have S tier. I like these more.
I prefer these to the final designs, starting with Fitting Online.
What the? Wow, these are very different.
They're a lot more vibrant and eye-catching than the final designs, and Luminion has somewhat of a space constellation-looking thing going on with it.
Yeah,
it has a big tail, a long tail.
Yeah,
it just it looks a lot more eye-catching and memorable than the finals.
Yeah, these probably would have been a lot more memorable if they kept it like that.
Yeah. And of course, Beta Arceus.
Oh.
Now hear us out here.
Yes, hear me out. Yes, it does very much.
It looks very rough and indescribable, and
wow.
That's kind of a good thing for a creation deity. It looks like something that's not meant to be comprehended by human eyes.
Yeah.
Eyes like an amorphous being of power.
It just works. I think it just works really well. I just think it works really well with with that whole idea.
And it's fun.
Yeah, it is.
And it would have been cool to see as an alternate form at some point. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to throw that in because I completely forgot about
it yesterday. So yeah, there it is. And I think that's all.
Oh, so with that being said,
the next 5 days will be my lists.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yes, we have 3 days talking about Kirby and 2 talking about My Singing Monsters.
Tomorrow is a Kirby game. Aims.
Yes, tomorrow being Kirby Games. To do a Kirby Games tier list. The 20th, the 19th being a Kirby Copy Ability tier list. 20th being a top something 2010 or whatever, or wish list of abilities I want to see in a Kirby game in the style of Forgotten Land. We'll figure out what to title it when we get there.
For the next game.
For the next game. And the 21st is going to be a top 15 single element monsters. Or is narrowed down to naturals, magicals, and Kana. And the 22nd is going to be top up 20 quad element monsters.
Yeah.
And the last 3 days.
Well, you'll see.
You'll see.
You'll have to see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to those.
We've got some really exciting videos coming.
Yeah, just wanted to throw in a little bonus because I forgot yesterday, and yesterday was kind of near the 2-hour mark. So yeah. That being said, I'm Elzran.
And I'm Emery.
I'm Bok Choy.
And bonjour, my wonderful viewers. See you in the next video.
Goodbye.